Good morning. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. It is Tuesday, June the 30th, and I'm Pastor Maryanne Kellenbach, pastor at Living Faith Church, located in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Today we're going to continue our conversation about kindness, and we're going to look to Paul's letter that he wrote to the church in Ephesus, to the congregation. So I want you to imagine that you are sitting in the congregation. Someone has delivered Paul's letter, and it is now being read to everyone who is sitting there. This is from chapter 4, verse 31. Put away from you all bitterness and wrath and anger and wrangling and slander, together with all malice. And be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another as God in Christ has forgiven you. Therefore be imitators of God as beloved children, and live in love as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us, a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. One of the things that I love about this particular passage is that if you didn't know what kindness was, well, it tells you what it's not, right? We hear it very loudly. Put away from you all bitterness. Kindness is not bitter. It is not anger. It is not wrath. It's not wrangling. It's not slander. It's not malice. Here are some other interpretations that have come from those words. Get rid of all bitterness, rage and anger, brawling and slander. Be kind and compassionate, tender-hearted. I love that word, tender-hearted. In the Message, it says, make a clean break with all cutting, backbiting, profane talk. Kindness. Sometimes we don't know what it looks like anymore, do we? But we know what it's not. We know what it's not. We know its opposite. And that's frightening. That's frightening because, I say it's frightening because we understand at our age as adults what kindness is not. But for our children who perhaps don't know kindness, then they don't know that what has become the norm in this country, in the way in which we talk to each other or at each other or scream or call each other names, or whatever it might be that we just heard in anger, that our children don't understand and they think that's the norm. It's not. That is not how a community thrives and grows, especially a community that calls Christ their center and their life. All of those things, those unkind things, are things that bring about death, not life. On this day, I want you to think about what is the one thing, perhaps, that you haven't even noticed that you've begun to do, whether it's listening to the unkind words or whether it is repeating the unkind words, or perhaps it's staying quiet when unkindness is happening. And it's happening. Just go to Facebook and you'll see it all over the place. What is it today that God is calling you to do differently, to see differently, to recognize what unkindness looks like, so that you can be a part of kindness just by not participating or calling it out in a kind way? I'll see you back here tomorrow. Blessings.